Hello again, everybody. Or maybe I should say hola, hola, hola again, everybody. This is
Nice.
AltJake. You listen to AltJake Takes On. Yeah, I thought I'd have a little bit of fun today. We're gonna talk about TripleMania from last night because that was a great time for us. We texted last night during like, you want to talk about this tomorrow? Yeah, I think I do. This is a lot of fun. So
Yeah,
how you doing today, George?
doing good. Thanks.
Good. Yeah.
Real quick. Hey,
yeah.
I got the blue X. I got the blue check on X.
Oh,
okay.
nice.
All right. Now, I don't have any followers, a lot, but I do have OCD, so that's why I got it. Organization. Thank you.
Yeah. No, I never really looked into that before with X, but I looked into it a little bit just because. Well, it's funny. Like during yesterday's card, I was tweeting a lot of people and responding to different things, and it was like, oh, do you want to check your engagement or whatever? But when I looked into it further, I know it's all the engagements based off of how many people that have the blue check mark to make money with it. But then you look into what it can do.
I'm not worried about that.
Yeah, well, there's so many extra features now.
Yeah.
You can book your put your bookmarks in categories. You can just do so much with it. And then once we start going live through StreamYard, I need to get a blue check mark on mine so we can do that if we want to at any point. So we'll look into it from there. But good, you could be our trial run. Let us know how it works.
Yeah, it's fun. So
that's cool.
It was pretty easy to do. No problems.
Nice. So yeah.
Also, before we started, I was running some numbers for you, and I think it's going to work into what we're going to talk about first before we hit the card. So far, TripleMania on WWE regular has done 1.9 million views.
Jesus.
On WWE Spanish, they're at 1.2 million. And on the Lucha Libre channel, they are at 821,000.
Man, and the Lucha Libre channel is the AAA regular channel. So that's like the people. So to me, when I hear that, like the people watching on the AAA channel, those are the people that were watching before this partnership. The other two, that sounds like the people that are like you and I, that, let's be real, the first AAA show we ever watched was Worlds Collide, and then this was the second. And
those numbers were changing all morning, by the way.
I'm sure
like 10 minutes before we started, I got these.
Yeah, I pulled a number that I'll get into at the end of the live viewership that just watched when it was during the time that was airing. But even that kept going up, and then you were the one that pointed out to me it's not just WWE and WWE in Espanol. It is also the Lucha Libre AAA channel, which I mean that's awesome because they really did. I mean, they had it was a good setup. It was a fun show. They really did
and then
well.
Then the Microman almost thing that has done over 82 million social views across
just
all
that
platforms.
Alone. My god!
Yeah, so
and I mean, I know when
that's going to bring me to my point real quick when you're ready.
Oh, please, yes.
So I know we both probably think the same way on this. Why do you think this is working like it is?
Oh, absolutely. No, we definitely, I'm pretty positive we're in the same boat. It's because they're not overexposing it. You know what I mean? Like I know there was a show in between Worlds Collide. I think there was two shows actually between Worlds Collide and this one, but they weren't put on WWE's channels. Like they were promoted a bit. I know, like, Corey Graves would talk about him, but these are kind of, for me, I feel like this is basically, Saturday night's main event in Spanish. Do them every quarter, every 3 to 5 months, and make it where it's important and involve WWE talent to a point, but not overdo it. Not having, I mean, Dominic's a star, El Grande Americano's over, but it's not like they've got Roman Reigns out there. Cody Rhodes isn't on this card. John Cena's not on this card. CM Punk, they might have been backstage or whatever with it. Even Judgment Days, they're big stars, but they're not that super top echelon, but they don't need to be. And I thought it was great, just how they did the way the whole thing was done. Even, the addition of JBL onto the commentary team, which I thought was funny because every of the reports that we had heard, granted they were Dave's reports, so neither of us believe a word he says, is that Conan was fired and wasn't going to be on the card at all. Not only was he
say that?
That's that. I shout out to Phil from PWT. I saw him put he's my Dave meter because I've been blocked by Dave forever and I don't really pay much attention. I would rather just laugh. It's him and Alfred Kunawa from Pro Wrestling Bits. Yeah, they both where I forget exactly how he worded it, but it was something in the effect of that Conan wasn't doing well because he knew that JBL was going to be there and he thought it was just going to be because of course they just assumed JBL and Corey Graves, but not only was Conan on commentary and still with AAA, but he went into their Hall of Fame on the show.
Yeah.
That just cracked me up.
What they're doing, you got to remember that Lucha Libre has been around since 1933, okay?
Right. Yeah.
And there's a reason why it's not watched weekly here in the United States. It's, as you can see last night, the wrestling sub, it's okay.
Right.
It's not great, but it's chaos. It's constant. Yeah. It's AEW Spanish most of the time.
The best way I kind of compared it, and actually I was tweeting with a AAA fan last night. Actually, shout out to him. His name is Rodrigo. I should look up his last name, because during one of the matches, I just posted that something was really cool. He, instead of gatekeeping and saying, you don't know wrestling, Google it, you suck, he gave me, in one tweet, told me the backstory of what was going on. I
saw that. It was pretty cool.
And was just cool, man. I'm glad you're watching. And it was just honestly, it made my entire night to see that. It was wait a minute, you're going to be cool about it. And then we went back and forth. He told me more about the story and what it kind of, the reason I'm saying that is
the referee, right?
Yeah, the referee, the suspenders. We'll get into them as we talk on the card, but it's basically telenovelas in wrestling. Americans don't watch telenovelas. I mean, some people do, but their soap operas, they're done, anywhere from 8 weeks to 8 months, as opposed to being a TV show that runs for, but they're crazy in that time period. It's the same kind of entertainment. That's
Makes sense.
Yeah. And that's what they love. And that's why for us, we like it in parts. If we, every week of something like this,
it would drive me nuts. I wouldn't watch. It would drive me nuts.
Exactly.
I wouldn't watch it.
It wouldn't be, yeah. But when you're going in for all right, I'm going to have a Saturday night fun time, let's watch, let's see what's going on. Oh, hey, I know some of these talent. And they were great about the talents that you didn't know, being able to explain who they were and what they were about. Because, we'll kind of get into the start of the card.
As long as they don't overexpose it, Jake, like you said earlier, it's perfect. And just integrate the WWE people in there just a little bit. You don't need show off your people that you like to show off. It's all good.
Yeah,
it flows so good. I was up for the whole thing, which is unusual. It went from 8 to 11 my time,
right?
And I was pumped. It was fun to watch. It was a good time.
Yeah,
so let's get into it.
Absolutely. And I think I think the numbers kind of bear that out though, because too with Worlds Collide, the numbers were less than what they were for this. So, I think the people running the show at TKO and WWE are smart enough to read that and know, hey, those are great numbers. Let's not just, shove it down people's throat and hot shot it through and run it every few weeks and kill it. Let's do it. Yeah, I think their next big show, I think, is sometime in October, which would make perfect sense. Or September, maybe?
Got one. They advertised one for next month, I think.
Okay.
I think. I'm pretty positive.
I'm not sure. No, I
think I saw it during the show.
I clearly, I definitely am not I'm not the best knowledge of them, but it's one of those things that they'll promote it well within. I feel like hopefully they do. I mean, I guess if it was the end of September, that would still be 6 weeks out. That would still be pretty good. But we'll see how much they involve with WWE talent. I feel like when they're advertising and making these talents a big part of the show, it's because they want us to watch. They can still have big AAA shows, but if they're not putting the WWE talents on it, it's not going to be as promoted, which is a good thing. But yeah, let's get into it. So the show starts, they do the national anthem, and they've got Triple H and Shawn Michaels and everybody in the ring, which was awesome. But I mean, for old school wrestling fans, especially for anybody who watched WCW back in the day, they came out with the perfect start. I know it's not the same guy but it's the same character, which I also think is great about Lucha Libre, where it's not so much the wrestler there's a character that can continue to be passed down and pushed through. But he came out with the dancers and the music, and I mean, if that didn't get you excited and ready for it, I don't know what would. I was pumped from the beginning, because I remember the chairman from back in the day at WCW. I always liked Laparca, so that was.
Yeah, he's definitely lost weight.
Yeah, definitely. I think he might have grown a little bit too. But this was it like the Bardal Cup or whatever? This is essentially, for those who didn't watch, it's there. And if you didn't watch, I highly recommend going back. And if you don't watch the whole show, watch this first match, because it's their version of the Royal Rumble, where it's, two guys start and somebody comes out every I don't think the timing was directly said. I feel like some were 2 minutes.
It said 90 seconds. It says 90 seconds, but they spacing it out differently as people were coming in.
But it was all part of the show. It was fine with it. But it was over the top rope, but you could also pin people to eliminate them. I'm assuming submissions as well. I don't remember.
Yeah, it was both.
Okay, I figured. But yeah, look, they just start coming out, and early on, you had WWE talent. You know, the two members of the LWO, I think, were entrance number either 3 and 6 or 4 and 7 or something like that. But we've got to get into the biggest moment of the entire part of that, the entire show of it was where Microman.
I'm sorry to interrupt you.
You're good. You're good.
Before the Microman part, or was it afterwards? No, it was before when they had the flamboyant person come in.
Ring. Yeah, that was before. That was number 2. I just pulled up the Copa Barzell entrances elimination.
That was the time where they threw away 90 seconds. They let the space go between with him, her, and Otis.
Yeah,
that was classically funny.
So
I was all over that.
So yeah, that is Pimpinella Escalata. Yeah, no, I said that was I forgot about that because what happened because that they came out at entrance number 10 and entrance number 12 and 13 were the big part of the show. But yeah, you're right. They involved Otis was in the match. Like let's see how many WWE talents were in the match. There was
while you're looking that up. The next event's going to be Friday, September 12th.
Okay.
In Las Vegas. It's called Worlds Collide.
Interesting. I wonder
September 12th. So it's coming on at 10 o'clock Eastern, which
10
is
p.m. Eastern, 7 local. Okay.
They're going to have SmackDown first, and then this will start right after this SmackDown. So there you go.
Oh, so it's a dual. Ooh. Shit, this is
not really officially a dual thing, but SmackDown will be on your normal area to watch it, whether you watch Netflix or USA. And then after that, you go to YouTube and Worlds Collide Friday, September 12th in Las Vegas.
Yeah. Okay. No, that's cool. That's awesome.
Sorry.
You're good. No, I like it. No, that's good. I just you say Vegas. I live in Phoenix, and I was like, damn, wish I had a little bit more money. It's only a 4.5 hour drive.
Yeah, that'd be something to go see.
Yeah. So there were 4 WWE signed talents in there. It was Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro from the LWO, Otis, and then Omos came out. So for those who didn't watch, number 12 came out. Microman, not only a mini, but I mean he's the ultimate Mexican mini. I mean there's short
3
people,
feet.
midget
What's he 3 feet? 3 feet.
I'm not even sure if he was fully 3 feet.
That's classic.
And but the way he strutted out and came out with a vengeance and like he knows what he's doing. But for him to come out at 12 and entrance 13, and right when the music hits, and they had the camera directly on the Titantron or whatever you want to call it. So you just see the big letters Omos, and everybody, you hear the crowd just go, "Oh shit!" Look at this scene, and
amazing.
Credit to Microman. He runs back, bounces off the bottom rope, and takes the lightest big boot possible because Omos wasn't trying to kill him, but it still looked brutal. It was greght.
Even when he tossed him out of the ring, he tossed him very nicely.
He did, but also too, he tossed him after Microman got an elimination. He pinned Otis. No, he pinned Otis. Yeah, that was fine. Otis was great. Otis had so much fun with this. I feel like Otis could be he'd be a good character he would fit in that Lucha Libre world week to week.
Otis eliminated the flamboyant person, right?
With Mecha Wolf, yes. And he also eliminated Aerostar.
There's a lot of people in here, man.
Was there 15? No, there was 14 entrants is what there was. But yeah, like Laredo Kid was in there. Did you also notice that Taurus was in there, otherwise known as Taurus?
Yeah, that was I heard there's a potential lawsuit involved in this.
Yeah, well, and maybe with Frank the lawyer for those who know. Yeah, well, because when you look at him, I mean that's the Beast Mortos same look, and that's why the Beast Mortos and AEW had to use that name because he was Black Taurus. And that's back to what we're talking about with La Parka, where there's characters that it's not so much that the person is that, it's that AAA owns the IP, or CMLL owns the IP. Yeah. And obviously with it, when it's just a guy in a big bullhead, you could put anybody in him if you really want. So I just didn't realize. Right when he came out and I heard Graves say Taurus, I'm like, wait a minute, is it? And yeah, that was interesting. But there was also like names that are decently well known. Like I know the name Cybernetico, I know the name Octagon Jr. Like I'm not a giant Lucha Libre fan, but there's names that you know.
Yeah, 100%.
But I thought they were great about all three of the announcers putting anybody over. They would like almost every time Graves would start to explain who it is and then let Conan, really explain who the heck this person is, why they're famous, what they've done.
Yeah, Graves would start the Graves would start the sentence and Conan would just finish it right off perfectly.
We also, awesome. I also have to give JBL shout out to the line of the night when Microman came out. He's the king of the stepladder match.
Made sense.
I mean, it was a great line. King of yes, it was the way he said it with the delivery and the timing. I just loved it. It was great.
The crowd
it was a lot of fun.
By the way, the crowd, they had over 19,000 for this thing. It was amazing.
Yeah, 19,691 was the attendance. Yeah, I had that right.
They were on fire from beginning to the very end.
From the moment it started.
Stopped.
Yeah, from the get. And it's not Arena Mexico, it's the other one. It's Arena CDMX in Mexico City.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was great though. I mean, that you could hear it. And I was watching it obviously on YouTube, and I had the chat up just because of other things. And I was watching, and I left it on because you could see how many people were really. The crowd was put over literally every time it was scrolling through. You'd see somebody being like, "Man, this crowd is hot. This crowd's on fire!" Like, and they were into the moment too.
This is their WrestleMania.
It is, yeah. And I mean, that's why it's called TripleMania. It makes sense. I didn't realize how big it was. I mean, like I said, I haven't watched enough of it in there, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. Omos winning this battle royal makes the most sense because I mean, who's gonna get him out of there? But I thought it was
once
cool.
Once Otis got knocked out, right? There was no way. Nobody was gonna move him out of there.
Yeah, I thought maybe there was a chance because he did eliminate La Parka to win it, and La Parka's a big name, but it just makes sense. Also, too, I know WWE, I mean, when they were having that partnership with Noah, they set Omos down there or over there. Maybe he'll do some work in AAA. Like it's, obviously the guy wants to work and get better at it. And
if he won this, he's staying there for a while.
I would think so, and I'd hope so. I feel like that would work. I feel like that would work as a character over for them. But yeah, no, I definitely I enjoyed that one. I enjoyed that one thoroughly for sure. So the next match on the card was the one that's second bottom there. It's El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. I don't really. Is that like a son of a German? I don't know that would make. And then versus El Macias for the AAA Latin American Championship, which was fun. There was a title change. Honestly, this match was probably put in the perfect spot because this was that moment of like give the crowd a second to breathe and come down from the
downtime.
Yeah, but it was fun. It was
good,
fun. It went pretty quick. It was only like a 10-minute match. The next one that came out, I thought was really cool to see the Judgment Day presented like the stars that they are. It's one of those things I feel like sometimes people kind of take them for granted on Raw because they've been doing they've been kind of
they're placed as the mid-card talent on Raw, so that's
what but they've been driving the show.
When you come here, they're top stars. Makes sense.
That's true. Yeah, and I mean, Finn Balor is a former. I think he won the top title in New Japan, and I know he did with the Universal title in WWE and in NXT. So,
plus his wife was doing the interviews. Do you know that?
Oh, I did not know that. I didn't know
the lady in the red was interviewing. That's his wife.
Oh, that makes sense. I mean, that kind of stuff happens. I mean,
that's why Finn Balor knows Spanish really well.
That makes an Irishman who knows Spanish very well is not very common, but that makes sense.
Fluently. He lets it flow. It's awesome.
I mean, you want to be able to have discussions at family dinners. No, that's awesome. It's one of those things I feel like Finn sometimes again kind of gets taken for granted and overlooked sometimes, but he really is. He's a top talent. He really is. But this match was fun. It was the Judgment Day. These four versus Mr. Iguana, Nino Hamburguesa.
It wasn't these four. It wasn't these four. One was three of the four. Yeah.
Yeah, it was Finn, JD, and Raquel. Roxanne was the little shit stirrer on the outside of the ring, which is a great role for her. She was because it was a mixed trios match is what it was called. That was because
I was getting confused. I didn't know what the hell was going on.
Yeah, but it was fun because Lola Vice did. I think Lola Vice, obviously, she's done very well in NXT, but she's gotten over in the few shows that she's done in AAA. And I mean, clearly with her being a Hispanic talent, it makes sense. But this was fun.
She's something else, dude.
Yeah. Well, not only is she something else in the way that That back fist is no fake, man. That spinning back fist. That
has a back fist. I never noticed it.
Yeah, watch it. Yeah, that's her NXT. That's her finisher. She spins. She's not only is she a very beautiful woman, but she will kick your ass. She's the real deal. But this match 100%. Had the other. I don't know what this would have done on social media, but I feel like this would be the other big moment was when Mr. Iguana and Yetska he does. It was great because he pulls it up and the camera was awesome. They showed this and then he does the face and it's like, what's he afraid of? And you had Finn Balor with the demon Tia or whatever they call it. This was great. See, when
he took it out of the bag, I lost it. I'm not gonna lie, I lost it.
And back to what we said earlier, if you were seeing this stuff week to week, this wouldn't have hit as it did because we're only seeing this every couple of months. Like and I thought about that because I was laughing and clapping for it. And then I thought to myself, I'm like, but if this was on the weekly television, you'd be like, oh, like, you know what I mean? Like it works for us. It was great.
Because at this point, people were asking, I wonder what's Cornette going to say. And I just came out and said, Cornette's not watching this.
Right. This isn't, it's not for him. He didn't watch. Yeah. I think they made him watch part of the Worlds Collide, like on a clip. Yeah. But I know people were like surprised that Finn would do this to the demon or whatever. But these were on WWEshop.com right after the show for $100 a doll. That, my friends, is why he is. And I saw this morning that they were either at low stock or already sold out. So
they're low. I just checked. There's like few left.
That's awesome, man. Their marketing team, dude. Those folks know exactly what they're doing. But this was a fun match. It wasn't anything super special, but it was fun. The heels won, which made sense. Kind of can continue different storylines with it of what they want to. And yeah, the Nino Hamburguesa guy. I kept thinking, I'm like, is that their version of the Hamburglar? Is he the Mexican Hamburglar? That was fun, though.
Dude, he looked like the dude from, oh, God. Oh, shit, Johnny, damn it. Public Enemy.
Oh!
The smaller dude.
Yeah.
He looked like him.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
So that was fun. It was fun to watch.
It was good. It was fun.
Hamburgers. He brought out actual hamburgers at the end. And
and also, too, they knew what they were doing with these matches. You know, like, obviously, the initial match took some time. I think it was like 25 minutes. But the first singles match was 10 minutes. This match was 12 minutes. The next match was
spaced perfectly, dude.
Yeah, and they're not too long. Like, right when they get to the point where, like, if they do much more, you're going to kind of jump the shark. They go home. It makes perfect sense. The next match was the Pagano and Psycho Clown versus Los Garza for the AAA tag team championships.
This was the no holds barred death match type thing.
Yeah, it was. I think it was a street fight. It was a street fight. Yeah, which makes sense with the crazy clown folks. I think they're called like the Creepy Carnival or something like that. But I think there's also a way to get the title. I mean, obviously they wanted to, like, having the Garzas have the titles was good and gave good but this was good to get them back with AAA talent. But it was a fun match. You know,
the farthest they got was barbed wire, and the way they used it was fine. It wasn't bad. No one was bleeding during this match at all. So perfect.
Are they big on blood in Lucha Libre? I mean, I know they are in like Puerto Rico wrestling, but that's different.
Parts.
Yeah. Okay.
They use it. I could be wrong, but they use it very sparingly on big occasions.
So it matters then. That makes perfect sense to me because then it matters. I love that. That's the best way to do it. You know, if you're doing, I mean, what's the biggest joke about Moxley? Oh, he sneezed and he bled this week because he bleeds every week.
Now we've seen two shows from them. We haven't seen blood once. I don't think. Maybe we did, but I don't remember.
And if we did, it would probably have been like in like a hard way. I feel like somebody got hit in the mouth too hard or something like that. You know? Yeah.
Sorry.
You're good. The next match, the penultimate match was the women's triple threat, which had Flamer, I believe is her name, and then Fabi Apache and Natalia. And this was the match that had the referee with the suspenders, which caught my eye right away just because I was like, wait, what is going on? And I was honestly, I admit it, when it happened, I was like, wait, did he have it on? But I didn't know if all the referees had them on or not. I wasn't 100% sure, but
right when he showed up, I'm like, okay, suspender guy, this has got to be some kind of gimmick for the ref, and ends up
Yeah.
That's what it was.
So yeah, but no, I put out a tweet that said the suspenders ref. I don't know why, but I love it. And I had Rodrigo Delario. I'll shout him out. Actually, you know what? Let's just do this. I will share my screen so we can promote this guy. I was really pleased with this. This was awesome.
He's a heel ref, but he was fast counting everybody, really.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he was just fast counting his, the heel wrestler.
Yeah.
He was also fast counting everybody. So it wasn't like it was
Yeah, so there it is. So I put that. So I said the suspenders on the ref. I don't know why, but I love it. And look at this guy. His dad, the legend referee, gave me the storyline. Like, just this is how you do this, people. He didn't gatekeep. He didn't make me feel stupid for not knowing what was going on. And I even put it out there. I was like, wait, I don't know the story behind something on Lucha Libre. And instead of gatekeeping and telling me just to Google it, or I'm not a real wrestling fan, this guy, he's a legend in my eyes. I love this kid, Rodrigo Delario. You are an amazing human being because he got me more invested in it. As people, if anybody knows about me, I've talked about it before. My father passed away. He was my best friend on the planet. He was the reason I didn't have a best man at my wedding because he was mine, whether he was there or not. He died when I was 26. Meant the world to me. So when I see that this is a tribute to this guy's father, I'm sold immediately. And this guy got me 10 times more into it by just being a nice human being. I don't know why we've got to gatekeep and be stupid sickos about it, but I was just so impressed by this and I really loved it and just really wanted to shout that guy out. I don't think
AAA has those type of fans, to be honest with you.
That's kind of how I got it. That was how I took it. That was really how I took it.
When I was bopping around, I was doing something and somebody answered my question, but I don't have it.
I think that's why I was so active on X last night, was because I was having fun. People were responding because there was parts like when Microman came out and then Almas came out, like I was just like, what is happening? And everybody was responding. This is awesome. This is greatness. This is fun. And that's what wrestling's supposed to be. We're supposed to be able to enjoy it and have a good time. But yeah, this referee had the suspenders to pay tribute to his father, and I loved it. I loved
in this match they had the actual the Natty character as opposed to Natalia.
Yeah.
They really should use her like that in the big thing, but
I know. I'm with you.
She doesn't have much time left, and I know where she's going. She's going to NXT to teach. I get it, but at least let her do this little character.
Maybe give one last title run.
She was great yesterday.
I fully agree. I wholeheartedly agree. And if anybody's earned it, it's her. If nothing else, when when they added the Vince farting character of hers, she deserves it. More title runs to wash that away. But yeah, this match was fun. Obviously, they kept the title on her so that she could continue with it. But no,
these women were stiff as hell, man.
I was just gonna say
any air between any of their shots. They're all wow.
I didn't take a lot of notes last night, but the note that I had for this match was no daylight, and I underlined it twice. Because those were some stiff shots. Jesus. There was no daylight in between. You had a lot of.
You could hear it.
That was good. I enjoyed it, though. It was a fun match. And again, it only went 10 minutes, 45 seconds. So it didn't overstay its welcome. It was perfect. And shout out to the referee and suspenders to shout out for his father. I loved it. No, I got that moment made my whole night of just like, can we not just all be better people about this? Like, I didn't know. It's not, I'm not a bad person for not knowing. And if you tell me, hey, now we all know. The last match, which was interesting in a lot of points.
Oh, we forgot about Conan's thing.
Oh, I did. I forget. You're right. Conan was inducted into the AAA Hall of Fame last night. That was a little bit long of a ceremony of it, but it was nice. Rey Mysterio gave a speech and Conan gave a speech, inducting him into the Hall of Fame. That was very cool. I didn't know they did those. I didn't know they did those at all, but it makes sense. Like you said, AAA's been around since the 1930s or Lucha Libre since the 1930s. So no, that was awesome. That was
the only thing that was off-putting was the fact we had the translator going at the same time. We had the guy talking in the ring, and that was really confusing me.
Especially
at least put subtitle it, dude.
Right.
That's all I need.
Especially when the translator would just re-say a name. He'd be like, "Oh, Eddie." Yeah. Conan would be like Eddie Guerrero, and the guy would go Eddie Guerrero. That was a little, or like maybe if you're gonna do the speaking over it, have the volumes different because it was at the same volume.
Subtitles.
Yeah, no, that's what I agree. Yeah. But then it would have got into the main event, which had El Grande Americano versus Dominic Mysterio versus Dragon Lee versus Vikingo, who is, from everything we know, everything we see, he is apparently the biggest heel in that company right now. I mean, I know the scenario, but he's not supposed to be.
You can't blame him at all.
No,
it's not his fault, but he's getting booed out of the building.
Yeah, and I mean, you can't really blame the fans either in the sentiment. They're upset about the scenario that they have to take it out on somebody. It's not so much him, it's what he's representing, because of but obviously, WWE can't they can't have Del Rio in this position right now, like with who.
Yeah, I'm surprised they keep him as a babyface though.
Yeah,
they just boo him now. He's already getting booed out of the building,
right? Like I feel like he's got to do something to turn with it. Maybe this was like, because I know that he's at least known in some American circles in the American world. Maybe this was a show to show him to the American fans as a babyface. But yeah, you gotta.
We mentioned it during the Worlds Collide show. He's terrible in the ring. He's terrible.
Yeah, no, it's not so much that I don't know if he's terrible. I think he tries to do too much stuff that he's bad at. He tries
doing that quadruple backflip off his ass. Whatever.
It goes back to the thing that, Jim Cornette always said is the trading. You're doing a difficulty of 10 and an execution of 5. I need you to flip those. Do things that are a little less difficult that you can for sure pull off. But again, that with Lucha, that's not their style as much.
Right. But every time, every other guy in this match received good. Every time, like El Grande did something, the crowd would go crazy. When Dominic did something, the crowd would go crazy. Dragon Lee jumped out of the friggin' ring and almost killed everybody. The crowd went crazy. Vikingo would touch something, the crowd would boo their ass.
They showed him. He hugged his father on camera in the background.
They booed him.
They booed him hugging his dad. They booed that man unmercifully. Like the moment he came up backstage on the camera, boo! Oh, there's his father. Oh, what a great moment! Boo! Rubbish, filth, slime, muck, boo! Yeah, no, it was to the point, where like he would like go up to the top rope, boo! Yeah, it was.
Yeah, crowd didn't care,
and you knew that he was gonna retain, and it was gonna be the show was gonna end flat.
Yeah, I thought maybe there was a chance. The way they were booing so much, I'm like, there could be a riot.
I
was watching the background just to make sure the fans and everybody throwing anything, but they were just booing, which is fine. I appreciate that's fine.
Yeah, you're right. No, but you're like, I mean, El Grande Americano, like everybody, all of the IWC cancel pigs want to tell us that, he's offensive and all the Mexican fans hate him and we should hate it too. And they love the guy.
19,000 fans singing the song with him. Yeah, they hate him.
Yeah, right. That was good. You could even see that like in his eyes when they were singing back, he was like, yes, got them. That was awesome.
It's amazing. It really is.
It really is. But also, like, they get it. They understand. Like, it's not offensive. He's being a heel. Like, that's the point. And also, like, the Gable stuff. I still do kind of hope that Otis can somehow get it so we can get El Grande Otis just once. And he acts like he's still, like, he acts like he's Kaiser or whatever with it. I don't know.
If there's any fan base that actually understands what a heel means and what a baby face means, the Mexican fans have it figured out.
Because it's a story. They get it. They're wanting to be part of it. Yeah. Or another good El Grande Americana would be El Grande Omos. He just comes out dressed in it. I would just, if they're going to keep doing these things with 3 or 4 of them, I think
the 3 of them showed up during this match too. I keep
calling it I keep saying that they sound like a 90s indie band, Trace Americanos.
That was interesting. I'm like, on tour with Del Amitri in the middle of a match. I was like, oh, okay, well, there you go.
Yeah, no, but it was fun, and but even so, this was the main event. It went 15 minutes 5 seconds. Like they didn't overstay their welcome.
So this was the longest match besides the first one, right?
Yep. It
worked out perfect. Yeah.
Yeah. And I really like the show was enjoyable. The Hall of Fame part slowed it down a bit, but that's what that kind of stuff is, like go make yourself a sandwich, have a beer.
Yeah, it was 3 hours of just
fun.
Good stuff. 3 hours perfectly timed out. I enjoyed myself 100%. It was great.
Yeah. And I'm glad you said the numbers earlier with it, because I pulled this off the internet from shout out to Ringside News from the live viewers of who was watching it on those 3 channels. I'm not even sure. I think it's all those 3 channels that were watching it.
No, that's not right either.
I wasn't sure. All right. Well,
this is from the WWE. Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Live at the time when they were going live, it was 1.3 million on the WWE channel.
Interesting. Yeah. No, that's. I mean, hey, it's really. It's cool to see, and you hope that it continues to go this way with it. And like we said, as long as you don't overdo it and shove it and do this week to week and shove it down people's throats and stuff, I think it really will. I think it'd be really successful. I thoroughly enjoyed the show. I wasn't surprised because I went into it ready to have a good time, but there wasn't even parts where you're just kind of like, oh, what are you doing? Or geez, I enjoyed the whole show. I really did.
Yeah, and in case anybody missed it from the start, it was WWE did 1.9 million as of about 15 minutes ago.
Damn.
The Lucha channel is 821K, and WWE Spanish was 1.2 million. Wow, so there you go.
Like that really is nuts.
That's a lot.
Think about
and that's going to go up.
It really is. Exactly. Yeah. No, I mean, it's crazy. Like, yuck, I just pulled up too. The full TripleMania highlights video on WWE has 468,000 views already.
It's crazy.
That's just the highlights video. Yeah. No, I'm looking at it now. That's crazy. Yeah, that's awesome to see. And even like different matches have different parts of it. This is what a partnership is supposed to be. And that's just why I think that, what they're doing with TNA is going to continue to grow and be fun and help wrestling as a whole as what we want to see. We're kind of where they thought AEW was supposed to do was bring this all together, but Triple H is doing it. So I'm excited for it. But I really enjoyed the show. Like we said, if you haven't watched it, highly recommend at least watching the initial match. I enjoyed all 3 hours. It was a fun way to spend a Saturday night, and I'm glad I did. I'm glad we did this review. This was fun. I was glad
next AAA one will be September 12th, Friday night in Las Vegas.
Sweet. Yeah. No, that's awesome. We will watch that, and hell, we'll go ahead and review that too. I'm into it. Sweet. Well, anything else you wanted to cover before we get out of here, my friend?
I'm not sure when this releases, but stay tuned for Spaces later on a Sunday night.
Oh, yeah. What time is it? Yeah, I'll be able to. I'll get the full version of this out before our Spaces come in. So yeah, if you're listening to this today on Sunday, August 17th, we'll be on Spaces at 8:05 p.m. Eastern tonight with the Wrestling Old Head. If not, then check on the YouTube page. That video will be uploaded there as well. So yeah, thanks for everybody. Keep listening, liking, subscribing, comment of what you like best of the TripleMania show. Or if there was stuff that you didn't like, let us know. We're happy to discuss anything with you guys. Thanks for listening, and we will catch you next time. Peace, everybody.